Hi, I'm Madison. I am 28 years old. I'm based out of Austin, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
Dude, I never know how old people are because I thought, like, you have young skin.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's very good. It's
then we've also had
two.
people that say they're young, but they look older. So I'm very confused all the time.
You're like, where are these people?
I don't even know how old I look, but we're actually the same age. So,
I didn't know that. I thought you were younger until you said that in a video. There was one video. I don't remember which one it was.
Is that because I have beautiful skin?
Yeah.
So, awesome. What do you do 28 years old for a living in Austin, Texas?
So right now, I am working for Accenture, and it's Accenture Flex, and we do work with Meta. So
okay,
that's what we're doing at the moment.
Well, what's your position?
So I am... It's kind of hard to describe sometimes because they have very specific ways that you're supposed to talk about it. So
well, what would you call it to everyone else so that they knew what it is?
No, there's like a thing that you like have to say, but it's like kind of hard. So I'll just say like a reviewer of content. I'll say that.
Okay.
It's like very...
Oh, to see if things are bad?
Yeah, so I look at like some... honestly, it's...
Some effed up stuff.
I'm good. Not anything terrible. Okay. Like no like murder, but like... Definitely some funny stuff that maybe somebody might be offended by, and maybe it shouldn't be on the platform. Oh, okay. So well, not terrible.
No, that's not bad. What do you make right now?
Currently it's at $22 an hour.
How many hours a week do you work?
40.
Guaranteed?
Yeah, we have to.
Ever higher, any lower?
No.
Okay.
So whenever you make that, like with the days, sometimes it's 20 days, sometimes it's 22, sometimes it's 23. So it's $3,500 to $3,800 depending on how many days.
Per paycheck?
Of the month. Because we get paid.
So say that number one more time. 3,500 to 3,800?
Yeah, it's 3,500 to 38 before taxes. And then once taxes come out, it's like 3,000 to like 32, 33, somewhere around there.
We'll call it like 31 then.
Sounds good.
On the little more conservative side in terms of that upper number, but okay. If you're living in Austin and that, because like with the rent and everything, with where things are, like it could easily be 50% of your income. So like, how are you feeling living here?
Yeah, so I actually don't mind the pay. I think it's okay, especially since I do other things on the side. However, with the way that I have set myself up financially, it's not good at all. I use my entire paycheck for bills.
So everything's going out immediately?
Yeah, pretty much. So like, and I have this like kind of anxiety. So every time I get paid, I just want to like pay every single thing that I possibly can so that I don't like worry about it. I don't like,
well, that's not necessarily bad.
I know, I'm still a little uncomfortable like seeing money like in my account because I used to have like a pretty bad problem with like spending it. I'm getting better, but I'm still working on it.
Well, that is definitely not good. Then I guess in that case, I'll ask the question, from your own perspective, how do you see your financial situation in general?
I mean, if I could scale it like 1 to 10 with no other like no positive attitude or anything, because I feel like I have a pretty positive attitude.
Just be realistic.
I'd say it's like a 4 out of 10. Like it's not amazing, but it's not all the way at the bottom. I can still climb.
The last time someone gave themselves a score ended up being like 3 points lower. So
okay, so I'm at a 1 maybe.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, all I know is that in your checking account, $22.
Yeah, that's usually what happens. Yeah,
and we started with $19.
It's not good.
Do you have automatic payments?
For some stuff, but not everything.
That's where it gets risky, though.
I know. I try really hard to make sure, but you can actually see on one of these pages, I never go over, but there's 2 times that I actually did go over. It's red on here. I think it's on this one. Yep, right there.
So you overdrafted.
So I did make a mistake. However,
I wanted to take a brief moment to thank today's video sponsor, Public. If you're like me and you like to set money aside where you're saving up for a big purchase like a down payment on a house, then being able to earn 4.7% on your money through government-backed treasury bills could be even high-yield savings accounts. And unlike those traditional savings accounts or high-yield savings accounts, these treasury bills are at a fixed rate so you always know the return you're getting. And unlike like those traditional savings accounts or high yield savings accounts. When you purchase the government-backed treasury bills, you are purchasing in at the exact rate you get. But the problem is, U.S. treasury bills can be complicated, or at least they were. And with your only options going into a bank or using a government website that was designed in the 90s, it can feel like there's nowhere to go. But now there is with public.com. Public has a simplified process with their launch of treasury accounts. Now you can easily access the 4.7% yield of U.S. treasuries directly from your phone without any minimum hold periods or settlement delays. With Public, you no longer need to go through the hassle of dealing with an outdated website or visiting a bank while managing your treasuries or along with your stocks and ETFs. Or if you're unlike me and you have a little bit of crypto, it could never be easier there as well. Plus, Public automatically reinvests your treasury bills at maturity, so you have one less thing to think about. And since we're talking about government-backed treasury bills, your cash is safe and sound. So go to public.com/Caleb Hammer to start getting 4.7% on your cash backed by the U.S. government. That's public.com/Caleb Hammer.
What I love about this specific bank account, which is exactly why I have it, is that if you fix your situation within 24 hours, they don't charge you a fee.
Did you fix it in 24 hours?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I have...
That's still so risky.
I know.
That your situation is.
I know.
And what confuses me, okay, so we have $1 in savings.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's just because I actually don't use that savings account. I use a different one.
But what confuses me here, if we know our financial situation is bad, if we're trying to get out of whatever, we haven't even looked into the debts, but I know there's a lot of documents to go through. If you're overdrafting, why do we have subscriptions to Dropbox and other Apple subscriptions? Why are we going to McDonald's and Mocha Nut thing and Cracker Barrel and, let's see. The Hideout Pub, Popeyes, Baskin, Chipotle, and other Apple subscription for iCloud, and getting pizza and Schlotzsky's and ice cream. DoorDash, and why are we...
I don't DoorDash. That's me DoorDashing, I swear.
Huh?
It's a plus. I do DoorDash.
Oh, that is a plus. Okay.
I swear.
Thank you.
I don't believe in DoorDash. Even though I do it, I don't believe in it because it's so expensive.
It is.
It's way too expensive.
Well, can you explain the rest of these?
Yes.
Yeah.
So some of them, I do feel like it's okay to buy every once in a while. Some of them were actually for the YouTube channel.
But is it okay to buy every once in a while when you're overdrafting? Yes, you fix it within 24 hours. Good, but you did it. You have no money.
Yeah.
How can we possibly say I can afford this?
True.
Because you really can't, especially because we do see here at the same time, again, another Apple subscription. We have
that's for the YouTube
channel.
We
have two car payments. We have a care credit. No, I know, but there's two payments on here. And we have a care credit thing. No, 3 payments on here for the car.
Yeah.
So if we're doing all this, and some of these weren't even for your YouTube channel marked as YouTube. Only 3 of the food things that I read out were marked for the channel. So the other ones, which is bullshit, that you can't afford.
True.
So why are we doing that? I mean, you tried to justify saying you think it's okay. Do you think it's okay? Even though you overdrafted.
I do think it's okay, but I usually don't overdraft. That's the thing. I
don't care if you usually don't. You did.
I did all my math for everything, and I thought I had it right, but I think I just accidentally wrote it incorrectly. Because I never overdraft, and I don't know why I did. I did the whole math and everything. So. And
if you are making 3 car payments, obviously there's debts that we'll have to go into, and there's a care credit thing. If you're doing that, then how can you justify going out to eat and all these things? Instead of putting that money towards the debt.
I get it. I definitely do. I put more money towards my debt every month. I mean, it's just not since I do have the YouTube channel, and if somebody I don't always make a video every time that somebody comes out with a new thing. Let's say that Chipotle, they just came out with their new meat.
Okay, so you have a YouTube channel, you review some foods.
Yeah, so I try not to do every single one.
Linked in the description.
Thanks. I try not to do every single one because I understand that it's not something that is okay. But I try to do it every once in a while. I try not to do too many.
Looks like a couple times a week.
Yeah. So
this also isn't healthy, though.
Yeah, and so that's why
thing. We've seen someone that did this exact content die recently.
Oh yeah, that one guy. I think I saw that on TikTok. Maybe is that who you might be talking about?
He died because, and then you're here. We got these chicken tenders, and I mean, of course, I'm saying this, and I know I have weight to lose, but either way, we know it's unhealthy. Like we're getting R&B steak and fries, we're getting donuts and Jersey Mike's, everything. There's not a one. Okay, here's one healthy thing: a Chipotle chicken El Pastor.
Yeah, so
and you're doing some mukbangs as well. So like, I mean, that's unhealthy in general, just overeating.
So
like that.
My mukbangs, like they're not like overeating kind, because I think they're like, I don't really like that kind.
Okay.
But I would say the review is more like, hey, this is what I think about like this food. And then a mukbang is more like, hey, here's me talking about like my life. But I do agree with you that like there is a line with like the health.
Yeah.
So I just recently started doing it less and then more like cooking at home. However, since I just started a new way to make money, I haven't really had time.
What's your new way to make money?
Film it. Rover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I make a good amount of money with that so far. And I'm really happy with myself and like how I'm like working towards it. And I actually wanted some like advice about how to allocate the funds for that, because I'm wondering if I should do like a percentage per month of that toward like my debt, or should I just save it all?
Okay, well,
since it's like extra income.
We'll have to look at the entire situation, probably debt, but we'll have to look at the entire situation. How much you bring? You have over 1,000 subscribers, so you're monetized. How much you bringing in on a monthly basis from the YouTube?
Not yet, because I don't have the view yet.
Oh, you don't have the 4,000 hours of public watch time
so
within a year?
I'm still working on it.
It's within a year, right? Or 6 months?
Yeah, it's 365 days. Like whenever, I think right now it's like half. So I don't see that really bringing anything in until like at least another year.
Go give her 2,000 hours of watch time.
Please.
And also subscribe right here. Love ya. Thank you. We're trying to get to what, like 500,000 subscribers? So yay.
Your channel is going, like I found you whenever you were like 80 and I'm like, wow, how did he get this much?
I've been very blessed. Everyone's incredible. I feel like I do not deserve it, but thank you to everyone.
I feel like you do. Like you really do a lot of stuff to help. I mean, I haven't watched that many of your videos because I just, found you not too long ago.
Well, let's see if you let's see if you feel that same way after I yell at you.
I'm ready.
Because I have a feeling there's some debts we need to look at.
Yeah. So if you'd like to understand completely about how stressed I am, like underneath, $1,000 a month goes to debt besides my car.
That's a third of your income. Besides your car is debt.
Yeah. Let me open it real quick once.
Open what? Car is debt.
No, I have it like all like written.
Okay, well, before we do that, I wanted to look at one other account you had.
Okay.
Robinhood. So $52. So nothing. Okay.
So any of the like investment accounts in there is me kind of like, it was, I don't want to say the word I'm about to say because some other guy said this and it was not good, but I was kind of like playing around with it, trying to figure out how to use it. Like I wasn't exactly sure. I've been trying to teach myself stuff like ever since 2018 when I saw Graham's channel for the first time. I've been trying to teach myself different things. So I have like an E-Trade account that did really well for a little bit. It's kind of like just hanging out right now. I try to teach myself Robinhood, try to teach myself Webull.
But why are you doing this right now when you have bad debts?
So I'm not doing anything at the moment. I just left everything in there. Like I completely agree with you. It's from
your
like
high
before.
Yield savings has $77 in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That I was putting stuff into, but then I realized I should just do like everything I can to put like as much toward the debt as possible. So that's what I'm doing right now.
And then Yoda.
Oh, Yada. Have you seen that?
No.
Graham recommended it in like 2020, I believe.
Really? Well, you have 158 in there. So we're having all these accounts with basically no money in it.
Yeah. So I still put stuff in Yada. It's, I think every 25th, I think 21.25 goes in there.
Okay, then we have E-Trade.
Yeah.
$400. This one's more.
Yeah. So I invested in something that did pretty well. I just can't remember what it's called because I did it like 2 years ago. But I think it does like, it's done like $30 or $60 like since I did it.
You're in just a few individual stocks.
So I just don't do anything with it now. I just leave it as it is because I feel like the debt is more important.
It's not well diversified, but...
Yeah. It was me trying to teach myself because I don't know that much about investing. It's kind of
Why do you have so many checking accounts?
Yeah. I honestly...
This feels disorganized everywhere. We have like 5 investing accounts open with almost nothing in it. We have a few savings with barely anything in it. Now we have like 3 checking accounts with, let's see. So in this checking account, started with $9. You did end with 188. Normally that's not considered good, but compared to what we've seen so far, okay. This is just going to paying off cards and Klarna. Oh, Klarna, great. What'd you get with Klarna?
Was that the one that's a reversal, or was that a taken out one? Because I know I just had a reversal recently.
They're both taken out. There's 2 Klarnas that were taken out.
What month is that statement that I sent you? Is it from February or January? Because I know I sent you my statements at like a weird time.
This was mixture of both.
Oh, okay. So that's my checking account at a bank, right? I don't really want to say like which bank it's at.
Okay, that's fine.
Is that what you're looking at? Is the checking
it's a checking account.
So for a long time, I wasn't purchasing anything new because I was like, I need to take care of the debt. And then recently, I was like feeling like I was missing out on stuff, like the whole FOMO thing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I made some decisions whenever I got my new job, and I bought some stuff. And
what'd you buy?
The Klarna ones are probably from Steve Madden. So I bought some shoes because I never like update my wardrobe or anything. Like I've always thought that like buying clothes was like a waste of money, and like everything that I thought was like a waste of money is like buying sodas, buying clothes, just like wasting money going to different places like all the time. So I tried to not do that, and I think I just tried so much that I kind of went crazy when I got my new job.
And then we have Fidelity again, and they're $60. So this is not organized at all. You're just everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. And then guess what? We have another checking account.
Which one?
Crazy.
Checking account.
RBFCU.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that one's actually for Rover. I have that one because I want everything to be separate.
Why? It's still your income.
I only have it like that because it's like a business thing. So I want to make sure that I could set.
Okay, I see.
Like
what you're
it's
saying.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only reason.
Oh, it's $30. I can't see any of the activity in there, but there's $30.
Currently, the checking account for our
RBFCU.
RBFCU, it's new to me. So currently that one has like 158, and then I have like a savings account that everything from Rover goes into, and it's at like 400 at the moment. So yeah.
So all your savings and checkings together probably come out to like 600.
Probably, yeah.
Across like 90 accounts.
Or like 700.
And all your retirement and investing comes out to only a few hundred as well.
Yeah.
Across like a billion different accounts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I definitely want your advice on how to kind of consolidate. Yeah.
I mean, business and personal separate. Yeah. And then
do
payouts into your personal from there. But keep track of every business expense and everything. So you can make sure you're taking advantage of tax write-offs and everything. So keeping receipts and everything.
Yeah. I'm writing
like software to do that. But then just budgeting with the money that comes into your main area. Budgeting into different categories, knowing exactly where your money's going, not freaking out at different things, not overdrafting, stuff like that. So what is this? Upgrade.
That's a really sucky personal loan that I have.
Why do you have it?
So I did one personal loan in 2020, and it worked really well for me. I actually just paid it off.
How did it work really well? What does that mean?
So I have a Capital One credit card that the limit is like $3,500. And I had it all the way up, and I got the personal loan, paid that credit card, and like one other one. I paid off the personal loan, and I didn't put anything else on that credit card. So I was really excited about that. However, I have other credit cards.
I'm confused.
Yeah, what's up?
You talk about like until you got your job and stuff, you didn't care about clothes, you didn't care about pop, you didn't care about this. Why are you in all this credit card debt from the past that you consolidated into a personal loan that worked for you, yet we're still in these debts, meaning there has been debts going back for a while. Why were you in it in the first place?
So I've actually had a YouTube channel since 2016, and I was convinced that I was going to be a beauty guru. So a lot of the debt that I had on that credit card was for makeup and stuff for the YouTube channel that didn't go anywhere because I did not like put effort into it. Like I didn't.
Also, you should have cash flowed it with a job.
Oh yeah, for sure. So A lot of that debt as well is because, so my mom doesn't have any, like, she's good. She like has good things for like being frugal, but she never taught me about financial stuff. So I got a credit card. I was like, okay, cool. I was like doing the right thing and everything. I started doing bad stuff like partying and stuff like that. And I just wasn't taking care of it properly. When I finally realized that it was a problem, it was pretty deep. And then I kept doing that.
When did you find that out?
I kept doing that thing where you like just for like you're like pushing it out. Like I kept doing the minimum payment.
Well, how old were you when you figured that out?
Oh, 22.
22. So this was a while ago.
Yeah. And I'm still like trying to dig myself out because I'm not. It's like I make a plan and then I don't stick to it. So I'm really trying.
I can see because this is just built up and I see like, I mean, that's been too many years.
Yeah, I'm really trying to make my plan and actually do it. So that's where I'm at right now is like, and that's why I'm doing the rover thing because I'm just really trying to get out of it. Like,
yeah, you're about to bust your work 1 billion hours a week.
Yeah.
Hours that don't even exist, you're going to be working.
Yeah. So thankfully with Rover, it's been doing very well and I don't have to put too many hours into it to be profitable. At the moment, per hour, I did like a whole thing with it. It is about $33 an hour whenever I do it. So thankfully it works out pretty well. I'm still trying to balance having a full-time and doing that at the same time. My Saturday, I do Rover the entire day. Sunday, I'll do as many as I can. I have a Rover client later that I'm doing. So every single time that I get a request, I'm taking it because I really actually want that to be my full-time. My aunt does it in Houston, and she actually makes 6 figures because she has a house. I don't want to make 6 figures because I just can't at the moment. Like, she has a home, so it's possible because boarding is the best thing that you can do with Rover. I can't really board too many dogs because I have an apartment, so I can't board too many. But what I'm hoping is I have a plan for how much money I can allocate until October to certain credit cards. And then I'm hoping that I can keep allocating until January. And then in March, I'm hoping that I can move into a different place that has a backyard so I can actually board more dogs.
Okay, we'll hear your plan and see if it's good or not.
Okay.
Now on your Capital One, $0. So you just don't hold balances on there? Or you paid that off through a consolidation?
Yes, that is the one that I paid with the personal loan.
Okay, so you didn't pay it off, you just transferred it somewhere else. Okay.
Correct.
Now, we also have Synchrony Classic.
Yes.
That was one of my first credit cards maxing out when I was really bad with money.
That one is I believe that's the Care Credit is the Synchrony. Because I have a Synchrony savings account, and then I have a Synchrony, like Care Credit is Synchrony.
Oh, this was your high yield savings, yeah. So
okay, cool,
that
cool.
was, of course, and of course there was nothing in there. So.
Yeah. Because that was something I just recently, I pretty much stopped everything when I realized that we should have a conversation. I was like, I'm just going to kind of pause and just talk to you, and then, see what you think.
So then we have a Costco card.
Yes, and it was not the best decision.
That's a lot of debt for a stupid Costco card.
Yeah.
$3,984.93. Jeez, with a minimum monthly payment of $99.92. Actually, I don't even know. No, the upgrade, we didn't even like talk about it. It was $4,000 and $280 minimum monthly payment. What's the interest on upgrade? You didn't
Honestly,
send me the full statement.
I really don't know. Because,
how do you not know?
Well, because like to pull it up, it's really hard, and I signed up for it, I think, last year. I really don't know how to pull up the statement. I was trying to pull up a statement, but
you didn't know the interest when you got into it?
I did, but I just don't know it now.
Do you know the range?
I can tell you how much I need to pay and what the monthly payment is, and you could do some math if you want. I really don't know. I wish I did. I really tried to look at it before I came because I could not find it.
You only put, see, what's the point? You only put $200 towards it, but you're making $62.11 a purchase on your Costco card. This is something I will never understand. And it's some stupid beauty place in some, good RX. And then after pay, you're paying with the credit card. You're just, what's the point? We're not making progress if we're just being stupid.
Yeah.
This doesn't make sense. And you lost $60 of interest on this essentially. Oh wait, let me read that. Yeah, $60. So why are we spending on this? It doesn't make sense with a what's the interest rate?
It's 18. I have all of them right here.
Oh, it's gone up.
Or it's like 19 or
interest
something.
rate has gone up. It's almost 20%.
Where are they?
I mean, I'm seeing it right here. It's almost 20%.
Okay,
so why are we doing that?
Because we're talking ourselves into dumb stuff. Because I really know. Like, I know what you're saying.
You found it out at 22. We decided, okay, we're not really going to think about it. And I can understand there's a mental point there in terms of just like waking up to it. But even if you know it, why are you still spending money on it? Especially if you've been watching this channel and if you've been watching Graham Stephanie, if you've probably been watching others. Why? Come on. This was like last month. This was last month. Some of it was, Why? Come on. Give me a reason. Not just like, because we're trying to learn.
No, I mean, I definitely... I can't really give you a reason because I just take full responsibility of just doing stupid sometimes.
It's good, but if we can't get to a reason, then it's how do we overcome doing it in the future? That's what I struggle with. If we don't know why, then how do we prevent?
I guess sometimes, like, I think that I know more. I don't really know. Why am I crying? Can you, like, cut it real quick?
Yeah. That's fine. You okay?
Like...
It's okay.
Like, I really want to, like...
The reason I dig in is for a very specific reason. To one, make sure that you fully understand the direness of the situation so that people can... put a fire under their butt to do what is necessary to get out of it. And then the reason I push so hard to understand why you're doing something is so we can figure out a path forward to not go into that. I'm very intentional with the way I do it. It's not to beat you up specifically.
No, I had to explain it to my boyfriend because we were watching an episode and he was like, why is he so mean? And I was like, you just have to tell these people, like, the truth. Like, because if somebody's not telling you the truth, like, you're not going to hear it. So
yeah, I don't want to enable anyone.
I definitely get it. I have a sensitivity to like authority sometimes, and not saying that you have authority, but we're like, you know,
I get
this
it.
Conversation. Oh my God.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, dude.
There is nothing to be sorry about. I am also a crier. It happens. It is a part... Okay, it's not that I want you to cry, but one thing that is making... One thing that I'm happy to see, in a way, is that you already know how dire the situation is.
Yeah,
so So I do not need to do what I usually do when people just do not understand what is going on.
And I was hoping that...
Can you talk into the microphone, please?
I was hoping that you were able to understand that, because I definitely take responsibility for like what's happened. I'm still trying to figure out why I'm still making the decision. I guess it's just in the moment, it's like as soon as I decide like, okay, I'm gonna use this credit card for this purchase, in the moment it's like I don't care. Like my brain is like, you don't care about what your goals are, do whatever the you want. Like that is what happens in the moment. That is what is happening. And then later I'm like, okay, I need to fix this. And then I do fix it, and then it keeps going. So it's like, I feel like I got in the habit of being able to fix it so often whenever I was younger that as I'm getting more debt, I'm just not able to fix it as quickly. Mm-hmm. And so in those moments, whenever I'm deciding, oh, I'll just fix it later, it's not as plausible as it was before. So I'm still trying to not do that. But
I can sympathize with this in a different way. Absolutely. For me, my struggle, I mean, this was my struggle at one point. This was my struggle. But the struggle I deal with now that I brought up is just like eating food that's bad for me. And like, I'll be on a good diet, losing some pounds here and there. And then like, I'm like, ooh, but I really want some chicken tendies with some ice cream. And then I'm just like, and I just do it. Just like you spent on a card that you already have a balance. And then later I'm like, why'd I do this?
Yeah.
This is stupid, but I already did it. And it's just the discipline aspect of it. Something I got better at and did with personal finances years and years and years ago. And that I'm working on for, my own health right now. And that it's something that we can get you to do for personal finances so that you can get to a better place.
Yeah, I definitely want to be in a better spot. And since I sent you everything, since I figured out I really need to do this, and I sent you everything, I haven't put anything else on a card. I put everything written out on here so I can have at least some kind of plan. I feel like the writing it down is really helping, because writing down $3,000 that is not my own money that I have to give to this sucks. I didn't even write down the balance of the upgrade one, because that one is really stupid. It was a good idea at the time, because it was one of those things where my interest rates on my cards are really bad.
Yeah.
But Citi sucks. They do not let you change your interest rate ever. I'm like, that's crazy, because my mom has always had cards and she's able to call and change them. She's never had a Citi card.
No, I mean, I am also on the page where, math wins over emotions, but some people are just bad with emotions, because we are essentially, still cavemen, mashing rocks together for fun. That's just where we were not too long ago. We're the same people. We've just learned some more things since then. But I am good on the mathematical side of taking a 30% interest credit card, consolidating down to 10% personal loan. 10% is not great. It's much better than 30%.
That's what it was.
Where
that was
a
my
lot
idea.
of people fail on the emotional side, though they feel like they made progress all of a sudden. They just don't attack it as hard. That's why I think, from the sounds of it, that's where someone like Dave Ramsey is against it. I'm still for it, as long as we can mathematically justify it and emotionally understand that we still need to continue to attack it.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts on the personal loans. But we also have a Citi card. On the Citi card, it's a double cashback, which I love.
That's one of my oldest ones.
But you're holding a balance on it, unfortunately. $70 a payment on a $1,500 balance. But the balance actually went up after that $70 a payment, because essentially $32 of interest on it, and then purchases of $57 on it. So we're still purchasing on the card. The interest rate is at 27.49%. And the purchases, Rudy's.
Yeah.
Which barbecue, but not even the best barbecue.
Yeah.
And it's expensive. So we're doing that on a card that, of course, we're trying to pay off. And then Prime Video as well.
I finally canceled that. I don't even know why I had it. I must have signed up for I should use this instead of some other streaming service.
You don't
and
just
then
have
I never
Amazon
used
Prime?
it. I do have Amazon Prime.
Prime Video should come with that.
Does it come with it?
I think so.
So I finally got rid of that and got that situated. That was the other thing that I don't pay for that I forgot to mention when I was talking about sodas and stuff.
What?
I don't have cable or anything, so I was I'm so great, I don't have cable, so that was another thing that was kind of adding to the fact of I don't have cable, so I can buy this. And I don't have those thoughts anymore, but it was kind of pushing it, you know what I mean? It's not a good idea.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I now am just happy for the things that I don't buy, and not using that as an excuse to justify buying something that I don't really need. Because I also have a really good rate for my internet with Spectrum, because they had this really awesome thing going on whenever the pandemic came. I was paying $25, and now I just pay $40, because it's the next year of the thing that they were doing. I used to work there. I don't even remember what it's called.
No, I got you. No, I mean, that's good.
But that's cool.
A lot of people our age. Oh, we are the same age, actually. A lot of people just within our generation below and above us, because we're in that weird middle area.
Yeah.
Internet, absolutely. Cable, not as much.
Yeah.
I recently got YouTube TV, but
I've had it before, what do you think about it? 'Cause
That's fine.
I was like, eh.
That's good. It's good for what I use it for.
Oh, good. Good. Do I have like mascara like right here? Because I tried to make sure that it like wasn't there.
You wiped it off well.
Okay, great.
So this is an interesting one. This is a Discover card. This looks like where a lot of the BS spending is, which I thought a lot of it was on the checking, but no, there's more. We started with 412, but you paid 322, so there's a little bit of a balance on it. But then we made $1,647 of purchases. Now, it looked like for a second, okay, maybe she comes close to paying off her balances. Does she pay off the balances? I'm not 100% sure because there's $24 of interest charged on this with, I don't even know the interest rate on here, probably close to like
they're all about the
20
same.
to 30, yeah.
I have them like written in here. I just can't remember what page it's on. I wanted to make it like easy because it was all at once.
Well, and then there's the $53 minimum monthly payment. But what's up with this card? Why did we spend $1,600 on here? And we lose an interest rate on here when you're so close to this having no balance.
Yeah, I was really close to having nothing on there. I don't remember what is on there. Does it say it on the statement, like what the purchases are?
We had some Home Depots. We had some Dogwood.
That makes sense.
Jack and Ginger's, lots of Amazon.
I remember that.
And Kung Fu, Rose Room, McDonald's.
That was my first time at the domain.
Really?
Yeah, I never really been anywhere there before, and my friend took me.
A Roku.
That happened.
Gotcha. A Roku thing. And Raising Cane's. Some grocery stores within there's Marshall's and Ulta, In-N-Out. That doesn't look like gas from 7-Eleven. It's too cheap unless you did a very
was
small
it $3?
amount. No, it was $12.
$12. It was definitely gas because I don't buy anything from like unless it's a water.
Amazon, Andy's frozen custard, In-N-Out, like Ibisu and Papa John's and Chick-fil-A, Starbucks. Amazon, Total Wine. I mean, these are things you do not need. Ulta, Steak and Fries. Yeah, Forest Family. Well, I'm okay with dentist. Yeah, that obviously.
Yeah, that was my dentist, which definitely.
But all of that was so much BS spending with a 27.49% interest rate. So why did you spend all that money on crap?
Yeah, I'm definitely still trying to figure that out.
Okay, so there's a mental thing here that we have to get over or address. Not necessarily get over, but address.
So I like that, you know, with credit cards, you can like gain like points and stuff like that. And sometimes I let that get to my head.
But you're losing way more.
You're losing a lot of money.
Way more.
So try not to let that get to my head. Sometimes I like justify it like, oh, well, you know, it'll have this many points and then it'll kind of cut off. But I don't want to think like that.
No,
so,
I would never think like that.
Yeah, my brain is telling me.
Well, you honestly, I mean, what do I always say? What are you not? Oh, I thought she watched my videos.
I do watch your videos, but
you're not a credit card person.
Yeah, not at the moment.
I don't think you're a credit card person in general. If you were in a position where you're putting all this money on here because it's points and we're not paying it off and we're holding balances on these things when we're consolidating into different things, you're just not a credit card person. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with not being a credit card person. You don't have to use that. You can use the debit card. You can use the card that I always recommend, the Fizz card, which is linked below. That helps spend, selectively on certain categories, which helps you prevent overspending, which clearly you have an issue with on certain things. That's okay. You can do that instead of credit cards. You do not. I like to finesse every single little thing. So the rewards on credit cards are great for me. It is not going to make it or break it in life. So it does not matter if you're getting them or not. I just like to finesse everything. And when people are credit card people, that's awesome. You're in the vast majority who's not. Chop them up. Never use them again. That's what's going to be easiest for you to recover and not get into the situation again, because you've been dealing with this since your early 20s.
Yeah.
And you're almost in your 30s.
Yeah. So, I feel like in the future, it might be something to revisit, using a credit card. Okay. Because what's happening is I have no, I'm not able to have any fun because all of my spending is going to the credit cards. So I think that's what happens is I get...
You were having a lot of food fun though.
No, literally. I get kind of stir crazy in my mind, and I'm spending all this money to credit card debt and all of this, and it becomes a little bothersome. And then I make the plan hey, be really, really, really diligent here. And then it just doesn't follow through because I feel like I'm using all my money for something that's not happening at the moment.
Yeah.
It's very hard to like.
I know exactly who you are in that particular instance. You're that person that will come up with a really good plan, but you're just hard to commit to, hard to sustain that plan. You're just in and out of plans a lot, and that's okay. I mean, that's just your personality. What we have to figure out is the best way to counteract that. Now, you mentioned having a boyfriend. Utilize that position, girl. Get this food for free.
Thankfully, he does pay for a lot of food.
You're getting out of debt if he is on board with the situation.
That's actually what I told him recently. I was like, hey, dude. I was like, hey, I'm going on Caleb's channel. I just recently like really made my budget like super, super tight. I told him, I was like, all I have right now is like $50 if I want to do a YouTube video or, you know, a couple YouTube videos, $50 across a couple. And then every other food thing, I was like, you're pretty much going to have to pay for it if you want to go and do that.
Absolutely.
So I just updated him on that part.
And then on that specific thing too, how long have you guys been together?
We just hit 2 years in March.
Okay. I would be very open about all this that you're doing, which it sounds like you are, but even more open. Have almost like a monthly meeting where he can help keep you accountable on sticking to these things that you tend to fall off. That could be helpful. Like the strict budget. If he can hold you accountable and just like, all right, girl, what are we doing?
Yeah.
When you're spending over on a category. Like budgets are very easy to put together. They're incredibly easy to not use as well.
Yeah, because I have one and it's going good right now.
Good.
I'm like allocating extra funds to each card, but I'm trying to do it in a way that makes sense. So like the care credit, it has the highest interest. So I'm allocating the amount that it is owed and then more. And then the next one that has interest, more, but less than the care credit. So, but I don't know if that's the right thing to do. I don't know if I should just pay minimum on everything else, fix the care credit, and then start from like you know what I mean?
All right, we'll talk about that in a second. I need to know about this car. What is the balance on it?
I think it's 15,000 right now.
Rand, what's your minimum monthly payment? You made so many different payments.
So I make different payments on it. Like before I had the budget and I figured out like what to send. Okay. I was making different payments on it. Like I paid like 100 and then I would pay other bills and then I made sure that I had enough. It was like a weird thing that I was doing. No.
If we're budgeting, we don't have to do things like that.
Yeah, so I don't do that now.
So what's your minimum monthly payment?
Oh, it's $412.
Yikes. Okay. What's the...
And it has... What is the thing?
What's the length? Do you know? When did you get it? And
yeah, it's 72. And I got it...
Why is everyone 72?
Because I was being...
When'd you get it?
I got too big for my britches before using Texas slang.
When'd you get it?
2020.
Okay. What's the car?
It is a 2016 Mazda CX-5.
Okay.
What's
the interest rate?
So the reason that it's so expensive
is... What's the interest rate? I didn't have a statement. I need to know the interest rate.
Can I look it up real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it has like... I think it gains like $1 and something per day, I think is what it says.
Your minimum monthly payment is lower than you thought.
No, that's because I already...
I see what you're saying.
When I do... Okay, so it's due on the 16th. I pay most of it with the check that I get on the 6th, but I do pay 100 or 200 with the previous.
Yep, I see.
That's what I try to do. I like to split it. It makes it easier, but it just... Before I made this budget, it was depending on things, but now that I made the budget, it is very particular.
How is an interest rate not on a statement?
Isn't that weird? I don't know. So all I know is that the daily interest is $327. So if you want to do some like backwards math or something. I've been doing so much math for all of this. My brain is like...
Seeing you at about 8% interest is my guess.
Oh, I keep forgetting.
Great, but it's not.
What is it whenever you're... I know what it's called, but for some reason it's just leaving my brain right now. You know whenever you total your car and they pay for the rest of it, the rest of your loan?
Yeah, because you had insurance on it?
No. It's the other thing. The GAP. I have GAP insurance and it's in my payment.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's why it's $412 because it would have been like $370 or something, but I added the GAP and so it made it $412. And that's with the loan. Like it's already in there. I can't choose to take it or leave it.
Well, your debt pile is crazy, obviously.
It's really bad.
So obviously we're like nearing $25,000.
Yeah, and that's not talking about like school stuff, which I don't even think about. I don't think about it.
Well, we need to think about it. What is it? What is it? Is it all private or is it all public? Federal? Sorry.
I haven't had to think about it in a while because of like the whole 2020 thing. They like stopped.
Okay, so it's all federal then, no private.
I think so. But part of it is at a collector.
What?
But they don't call it because of the pandemic.
How long has it been in collections?
Probably 2019.
Are you going to wait another 3 years for it to fall off? Is that your plan?
I literally have no idea. It's not on anything right now. I don't know what it's doing. It's with this company called Williams and Fudge, and they called me the first time. I thought it was like some weird thing. The reason that it's there is because I actually didn't realize that I signed up for it. Like whenever I was at school, every couple of months they would like call me into the thing and be like, hey, like you have this payment and you have to do this. And I just signed stuff to stay in school. They were like, if you don't sign this, you can't stay. And I didn't know what I was doing.
I hate that system.
Yeah, I didn't know.
What's the balance of your student loan? Do you have Credit Karma on your phone?
Credit Karma. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and pull that up. We can take a look.
The one that's at Williams and Fudge, I think is 17.
Well, you can wait a few years and it'll fall off your credit. I don't know if that's what you want to do.
If it's actually, if
you don't touch it. If you don't touch it. Well,
I haven't touched it at all.
If it's in collections and you don't make a single payment.
It hasn't like hit my credit or anything. It's really, really weird.
Okay, well, if it hasn't hit your credit, then I don't know.
Do you want to allow? Sure. Face ID. Yeah, so currently nothing is in collections, and then the item line with student loans is 13,000. Because I was paying on those before the pandemic happened, and then I was like, oh, I can start paying toward my debt, and then I made really poor decisions and added more debt. Because I've always expected, I mean, they were calling me every day, and I would just like block them from the Williams and Fudge, but then they just never. It stopped because of the pandemic. So
yeah, you don't have anything in collections on your credit. Are you sure? Are you sure it wasn't like a scam?
I don't think so, because I looked it up and everything. They sent me like a document. It's just been so long that like I can see if I have the email.
Well, honestly, this is the way I would think about it. For me personally, they're not threatening to do anything legally. If it's not on credit and stuff like that, I might just not worry about it.
Yeah, I feel like once it like shows up, then I should worry about it, because obviously they can like garnish my wages or something. I don't really know about how that works.
A collections place, don't give them access to anything in your accounts. Just don't give them access to anything, and they won't. Like the IRS can garnish your wages and stuff like that.
Okay.
And not paying on your student loans from the federal government. But
like if I didn't pay this, that's whenever like the IRS would take money from me.
Potentially, if you don't pay on your federal student loans. But
I paid on those.
I don't know what. Your situation is kind of confusing. I don't have a lot of great insight into it, so I don't want to say anything definitive.
Sounds good.
But yes, 13,076 into student loans.
Yeah, and I didn't.
I don't know what the interest rates are.
It was like 4 the last time I looked.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Be a few,
and it's not anything now, because
it's going to be like a $225 minimum monthly payment essentially.
Yeah, it's not anything right now because we don't have interest rates yet. Yeah. I don't know when they're bringing them back.
Summer or fall. Cool. So, I mean, this is the way that I think about it. I mean, your minimum monthly payments, as you said, it's basically $1,000. It's poo. Yeah. I'm going to lay out my budget, then I want to see how it deals with yours. Okay. What's your portion of the rent?
For rent currently, it is, I think it's $735 for my half.
What about your half for utilities, internet, all those things combined?
So I'm going to say something, and I just need you to take it as fact and not have an opinion about it. Okay?
I have an opinion about everything, but go ahead.
So for the utilities, it's $80, and then groceries is $100. And
not groceries.
Oh, okay. Utilities is $80, and then Spectrum is the $40/20.
What would I have an opinion about?
That we only split rent.
Oh, you take care of all the utilities? Mm-hmm. Why?
Because it's a very long. I don't want people to have an opinion about that. I don't want people to talk.
What's his work situation?
He works with Amazon. He has a job. He's had the job the whole time.
Doesn't really matter because you guys are not married anyway. If that's the deal that you guys made, that's the deal you guys made.
Okay. But yeah, he works. He doesn't call out. He makes like $21 an hour.
Okay. Okay. That's fine. Insurance, is that taken through work?
Yeah. So
before pay? Okay, cool.
With insurance right now,
what's your car insurance?
It takes out, car insurance is freaking expensive right now. It's $170, and I keep changing it to lower it, and then it goes up again. I hate living in Austin because there's too many accidents. It makes insurance so expensive. But my health insurance is only $90, and it already comes out of my check.
It comes out of your check. So we're not going to worry about that. We're worrying about your post-tax.
Okay, cool. And I usually spend like $80 in gas.
Do you have a... Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Do you have a workplace 401k?
No, I don't use it because I always...
What's the match on it?
I always leave.
What's the match on it?
Probably like 1. I really don't know. I always leave.
You don't know? I would look at the match because that's 100% return on your money.
I'm not going to stay at this job.
But you'll roll it over to your next place. It doesn't matter. You just keep rolling it over.
I don't know how to do it though.
It's so easy. It's so easy.
Okay.
And any place can help you with it, like Fidelity. They help me do mine.
I think that's who they have right now is Fidelity.
It's so easy. Please, if there's a match that is 100% match at a certain percentage, please just do it because it is 100% return on your money. It makes no mathematical sense to do anything else.
Yeah, I used to do it at other places.
Your minimum monthly payment on debt right now, according to those statements, which is what I'm going to go off, is $892.13.
I pay extra. Like I put the 1,000 is with the extra.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to give you food. This is groceries, not eating out, nothing like that. Food.
Real food.
Of $300 for yourself. You and your boyfriend can have some combined thing for the household. He can contribute whatever. You can contribute only $300, no more.
I usually just do 100.
Okay, that's fantastic. We'll say 300 though for the sake of the budget.
Okay.
Toilet paper money, anything you need to survive in the house, we're going to give 100.
Okay.
So, yeah, all that good stuff. Gas, car insurance. Okay. Anything else that happens monthly that you have to take care of?
Amazon Prime. Do we put that in there or?
How much is it?
17.
Fine.
And I also pay for YouTube Premium because I don't like ads.
Okay, fine. So your subscription's like 25.
Okay. And then what do you think about... We didn't really get to dive into the apps that I use for like the YouTube stuff.
What do you use?
So
you use apps?
iCloud is for the extra space that I need for the videos, as well as Dropbox. And then the other one that's on there is Splice, and that's where I edit the shorts.
How much are all those? Together.
It's $53.96 with YouTube Premium. I just put it like all together here.
Okay, it's like 45. Okay. All right. Well, consider that a part of your. Since you're trying to make it a hustle in terms of working and you're not putting a lot of money towards it, I will allow it to be in there for now. We'll see how it shapes out. Right now, that's shipping out in my budget to be $2,274.13 a month. The reason you're spending a lot less than I gave you on groceries is because with that Citi credit card and with your checking account, you're going out to eat almost every single day.
True. That's a good point.
You don't have to spend a lot on groceries.
Yeah, good point.
So that means right now, your needs category... Your needs category is 73% of your income. Nope. That's horrible. That's 25. That's 23% over what it should be at its very peak.
Yeah.
Tippy top. So that's really
it's heavy.
bad.
Like it feels heavy. Like,
it is, and the debt is the biggest one.
Yeah.
There. That's what's taking it.
When I wrote that down, I was really disappointed that I did that.
But this is what we're going to do going forward if we want to actually deal with crap. We're going to rover as much as we can.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
In everything as we can. That takes priority over YouTube right now until you're out of the debt. We're doing that every single second of our life that is not working this other job, and you're bringing in as much as you can. What do you think you can bring in on a monthly basis from that? Going crazy.
From Rover?
Yes.
So I'm still gaining clients because I just started, and we're supposed to be going into the peak period.
Your estimated what you think you can bring in on a month on average?
2,000.
2,000. Then you're setting 30% aside for 25% aside for taxes for yourself with your income.
I've just tried not to really touch too much of it.
We're going to be touching it now. This is income. Okay. So you need to set 25% aside in a high yield bucket somewhere that you're not touching.
So don't leave it in the savings account.
You can leave it in your business savings and then transferring the rest over. I want you to transfer 75% over into your main checking hub. Okay. Where we are using to budget.
Okay.
So setting $600 a month aside, you're gonna have $1,400.
Okay. So save every $2,000. Save like $600.
Yeah, just save 25% every time money comes in.
Yeah, I was like, because I've made such bad decisions with stuff, I just didn't really want to touch it. That's why I put it in such a separate account as well, is because I was kind of scared that I was gonna do something with it.
We have $2,225.
Okay.
Now, what I am going to do, to be nice, is as long as you are actually bringing in about $2,000 from Rover on a monthly basis, you can put $100 of it aside to get YouTube video food. Gotcha. Okay?
Thankfully, with the groceries, that's what I actually like doing. Is what I really, really like doing is on a Sunday, film a grocery video, show people what they can cook at home. Because for some reason, even though there's been like all this inflation, a lot of people have this idea that eating out is less expensive than cooking at home.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
And it's really, really frustrating because you can make really delicious food at home without spending a whole bunch of money. So I feel really passionate about that. So I just need to get back into that.
It's because people go get the most expensive groceries at the most expensive store.
Yeah, right?
So
and we're really lucky we have HEB.
They feel like they're required to get eggs. They're not required to get eggs to survive. Either way, $2,125 is what is left now on an average monthly basis. That is what's left. Month number 1, all of that because you were not having fun that costs money. Your boyfriend is, if anything, and you can go have free stuff. Yeah. Go to the parks. We have a lot of great parks and nature trails.
I've been getting a lot of those since I'm dog walking and pet sitting now.
But month number 1, starting this month because we're in the beginning of this month number 1, Discover is paid off. The city card is completely paid off.
Do you want me to do the care card at first since it has the highest?
No.
Which city one? I have a Simplicity. I have a Double Cash.
I think it's the
Double Cash too. I think that one has more. I think that one has a higher rate on it.
Did I miss the Simplicity? What's the Simplicity one?
Did we not?
I don't know if I had it. What's owed on the Simplicity?
It's like the same as the Double Cash. Whatever is on the... So for the Simplicity one right now, I send them $100. For the Double Cash right now, I send them $70. So
okay, so now you have $2,000 left. You have $2,000 left because we missed that. So your debt's a little more anyway. Okay. So you have $2,000 left. Either way, one of the cities is gone the first month. And then you put $500 towards the other city. Then the next month, the other city's gone. And you have $1,000 left. You put that towards here, the Discover card. So in month number 3...
I'm glad you're saying that because it kind of is similar to what I wrote down, but yours is more aggressive than what I wrote down.
You got to be aggressive.
Because I wasn't sure about how much I could save.
Because you have nothing in retirement, which is terrifying, and you're about to enter 30. You've already lost your best decade of your life for compound growth. So month number 3, it all goes to Discover. Okay. You have a little bit left, and you can put that towards the upgrade card. Okay. The upgrade card. And then for a couple more months, you put it towards the upgrade card, get that paid off. And then for about 2 months, you do the Costco card, and then that's fully paid off. So
I think that's by November, right?
So it's 7 months from now.
Where are we?
At the end of 7 months.
So
8 months from now.
And that'll be perfect because
December.
I might be able to put more in November and December, like to really be
Anything
aggressive.
You can.
Because that is the month that I'm planning to make $5,000. Like both of those months, I'm planning to make $5,000 each with Rover because they're super, super busy. So I'm like really going to hit it hard.
Good.
During that time.
And we're not spending money anymore outside of this budget. It doesn't exist. There's no more effort. We can't do it anymore. There's no more.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Have your boyfriend or someone hold you accountable. You'll come back on here eventually and we will hold you accountable. But throughout the process, we need to have someone some system to hold you accountable because you go on and off plans a lot. And the only way to do this is to go crazy. So we're at the beginning of December with what the interest rate is on this car. At this point, I would probably use a month or 2 months. And guess what? You have an extra almost $1,000 left now. So you have like $3,000 you have extra on a monthly basis. I'd put that $3,000 in a high yield on the side just as an emergency. Mm-hmm. Simple emergency. And then everything else for the $3,000 you have, I'd pay off the car, which will take 5 months. So now at the beginning of December, we use December as a savings month, or essentially to like June of next year. June of next year, you're completely debt free.
That's what I'm hoping.
Starting emergency fund. Now at this point, with what it takes for you to survive without the debt, you don't need to have a crazy emergency fund. I'm gonna say like 9,000. So you just do another 2 months, get to 10,000 to round it out as your emergency fund. So boom. August. We're at the end of August, and you have a fully funded emergency fund, and you have no more bad debt.
I'm really glad that you said that because I was hoping to be able to get 10,000 by that time too.
You can only do it though if you really buckle down and actually do this every single day, not just every single month, every single day, every single second. You're working, you are not having paid for fun, and you're just going crazy. Because at this point, you'll already be almost 30. And that's when you need to start saving for retirement. Minimum 20% of your post-tax. I would definitely be contributing up to the match at your workplace starting now, because it's 100% return, and you can just continue rolling those over as you switch workplaces. Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad that we got to talk about it because there's not really a person like in my life that is financially savvy. So there is no really... Like my boyfriend, I mean, I've even tried to talk to him about putting aside $100 a month into a savings. Like, looking at someone who doesn't have any debt and you know what you have done and you like want to help them, but they haven't been through the things that you've been through is like really, really hard. So I'm kind of alone in that, but I'm hoping that like since we've talked now that it'll help. Because I feel good right now.
I feel relatively okay about the situation. What's holding me back is you've known this was bad since 22. You haven't done anything. You create plans, you fall out of them. Yeah. So what we need to do is for you to just, because a year and a half and you're done. Yeah. It's incredible, but it only works if you actually fully commit to it. If you have to, with interest rates, this takes like 5 years.
Yeah, I think that's what keeps
And that's without you even going into more debt. If you continue down the road you're in, you're never out of debt.
Yeah, that's definitely what keeps happening is I'm like, oh, it's only like this far. Because I was doing so well in 2020. I really was almost there. I had like $700 of credit card debt left. And then I bought a bed, like a mattress, and there was something about that just like ignited something in here, and it just fell completely off again. So I definitely want to take care of this. I don't want to be in this situation.
Okay. Well, boyfriend, if you're watching this, hold her accountable, and sorry for making her cry. I want to know from your perspective, knowing yourself, be as 100% honest as possible. What are you actually going to do leaving here?
What am I going to do leaving here? I'm probably going to write some more stuff down in here about like what we just talked about, because I don't want to forget what you said. Thankfully, I don't have to. I won't be able to forget because it's on camera, so that's really nice. I feel like since I already stopped spending on the credit cards, like since I decided that I wanted to be on the channel, I feel like that's a really good start. And I'm just going to keep trying to be positive about it because I don't want to beat myself up about something, but I do want to be serious about it. I'm feeling really good right now, especially with the Rover thing. I feel like I made a really, really good decision getting into that because I don't have to put that many hours into it to make the amount of money that I've been making so far, which means I have more hours to put into it to make more money. So I'm just still doing as best as I can with that. Like I said, I accept everything that I can. All the requests that I get, I accept them if I'm available. I've been house sitting I literally have not had a day off since we started chatting because I've been staying at people's house to house it. I'm super exhausted, but I really, really want this. That's where I'm at right now.
For Madison, again, sorry I made you cry, but you know, we're showing just how extreme the debt is, and that can really hit at home how dire the situations are. And it is a dire situation when it comes to the Hammer Financial Score. So Hammer Financial Score right now, with no retirement, continuing to get into debt, going into plans and getting out of plans and into plans, out of plans, right now it cannot be good. So it's going to be a 1 out of 10, but I really hope in a year and a half from now we're like 5 out of 10, and we just get higher and higher and higher as we're saving for retirement, and we eventually get into a personal residence that we own. So I'm really hoping for Madison. In the follow-up, we'll see. Please succeed. I know you're watching this. Please succeed. Make sure to check out all the resources in the description below, and don't forget to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Thanks.